One word that comes to mind when talking about hip-hop legend Tupac is prolific. After his rap career started, there was no holding it back. It just kept getting better and better. Let's not forget about how his acting career was also very unique. He put it all in his work in 5 short years. I've never seen any rapper rise to fame so quickly. It's just sad he had to go the way he did. I'm sure he'd have been an unstoppable rap legend if he was still alive. Keep watching till the end of this video to see the final 48 hours of Tupac. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. The final 48 hours of Tupac. Rewinding back a couple of hours before Tupac sadly left the surface of the earth, he was leaving Lacey Street Production Studios in downtown Los Angeles, where he finished shooting a music video for the song Toss It Up, featuring the R&B singers Casey and JoJo, who were one of the best back in the day. After putting work into shooting the music video, Tupac drove back to his mansion in the LA suburb of Calabasas and slept for a few hours. On the morning of September 7, 1996, Tupac's cousin Jamal El-Hussein gave him a call, reminding him that they had to leave LA for a trip to Las Vegas to celebrate the birthday of one of Tupac's business partners, Tracy Danielle Robinson, who started with Tupac as a production assistant on his Pour Out Little Liquor video and at the time was one of the best music video producers in the industry. It wasn't just business when it came to Tupac and Tracy, because they were really good friends. Along for the ride to Las Vegas on that wild day was Tupac's girlfriend and fiancée, Kidada Jones, the daughter of Quincy Jones, the music icon responsible for producing Michael Jackson's album trailer and many other art projects. Tupac sure has an eye for the beautiful things in life, as she was one of the prettiest girls to walk the earth back in that day. He wasn't particularly excited about the trip to Vegas, but he had no choice as Suge Knight, his manager at the time, said he had to show up. And trust me, there was no way you're saying no to Suge Knight. Kidada noticed immediately that Tupac wasn't hyped about the trip and was very stressed on the morning of September 7th before they hit the road. She felt it was because of a recent conflict Tupac was involved in after the MTV Awards. The rapper told her he had promised Suge Knight weeks before that he would attend the Mike Tyson vs. Bruce Shelton heavyweight fight scheduled for later that evening at the MGM Grand. Tracy also noticed that he wasn't really interested in making the trip to Vegas. He didn't want to go. I'm not sure why, but he didn't want to. The last few weeks were very confusing. He was pulling away from death row and was done with his contract. She continued, I think he was just cutting loose. He started his own production company and his own record label. I think it was just him wanting independence. It looks obvious why he wasn't excited about going to the event. Tupac didn't want his girlfriend around the fight or the rowdy guys he would be hanging around with, so he told her to come to the party that Suge Knight was having at a club he owned in downtown Las Vegas, called Club 662. While Kidada was helping Tupac pack his bags, she reached over for his bulletproof vest, which Tupac rarely forgets to wear. But the rapper told her to drop it because it would be too hot to wear at the event. He was mostly quiet throughout the drive to Las Vegas. The day of Tupac's death. Around 3 p.m. on September 7, 1996, Tupac arrived with his girlfriend in Las Vegas, where he was scheduled to watch a boxing match between his personal friend, Mike Tyson, and Bruce Shelton. He was also expected to perform at Suge Knight's Club 662 after the match. The rapper wanted his girlfriend and cousin to stay in the hotel room for safety. I mean, he wanted to marry her, so it's really not surprising that he would do anything to keep her safe. He hit the casino with his bodyguard, Frank Alexander, and his crew, where he was cashing out an enormous amount of money. It felt like his lucky day, if you ask me. By 6:15 p.m., Tupac and his crew headed out to the boxing match, where he was attracting a lot of attention from fans. Tupac and Tyson had been friends for years. After Mike Tyson took down Bruce Shelton, Tupac was hyped over the fight and celebrated the victory with his crew members, entering the lobby of the MGM Grand around 8:36 p.m. At around 9 p.m., one of the death row associates dragged Tupac to a corner and whispered in his ear, saying he had spotted a man that claimed he had robbed him several weeks before the match. The man he spotted was Orlando Anderson, a member of the Southside Crips, rivals of the Mob Piru Bloods gang that Suge Knight was affiliated with. There was no way Anderson would walk out of there without getting his ass whooped. Tupac ran up to Orlando on sight and started throwing punches at him. In seconds, Tupac's crew members joined in and gave Anderson the beating of his life. It's almost shocking he didn't die on the spot. After the incident, Tupac and his crew returned to the hotel to change clothes and head out to Suge Knight's club. Before heading to the club, they made a quick stop at Suge Knight's mansion. Before heading out to the club, Tupac gave instructions to his bodyguard stating, "Take the keys and go drive the Lexus with the Outlaws in it because we're going to be drinking. You're going to be the designated driver to drive us back after we finish partying over at 662. Suge Knight wanted to speak privately with Tupac and agreed with the instructions. Suge went into the driver's seat of his BMW 750 sedan, and Tupac slid into the passenger seat next to him with the windows rolled down. They drove off to the club. He never knew that ride would end his booming career and life. On their way to the club, they stopped at a spotlight when a white Cadillac rolled up to the right side of Suge's BMW, and in the blink of an eye, shots started to fly out of the windows of the Cadillac. Tupac's bodyguard was driving the Lexus behind them when the incident happened. He detailed the violent event, saying, "As it got close to the BMW, the arm came out and the gun started firing. After the Cadillac shot into the car, I thought they were dead." He continued, "I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to think. It was so crazy. It was a haze. Were the bullets real? Did they really shoot these guys?" Tupac was shot 4 times and Suge was grazed with a bullet on the head. Tupac was hit twice in the chest. Trust me, there is no surviving that. One of the bullets punctured Tupac's lungs and he was rushed to the University Medical Center of Southern Nevada to undergo 2 emergency operations. His entire right lung had to be removed to prevent internal bleeding, and he was placed in a medically induced coma. Sadly, after 6 days in the hospital, Tupac never woke up. During his medically induced coma, his head was said to have been swollen twice its normal size. His eyes filled with mucus and a finger on one of his hands was missing. Doctors tried to resuscitate him, but were unable to halt the bleeding. At 4:03 p.m. on September 13, 1996, he was pronounced dead. To this day, no one knows who killed him or why he was shot at. If only he had worn the bulletproof vest his girlfriend told him to wear. Who knows, maybe Tupac would still be alive today. That's the end of today's video, guys. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe for more content. Thanks.